Please welcome on stage the founder, president, and CEO of Anoki Media, Ms. Raj Girn.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm telling you, every year when I look out at this crowd and I think to myself, it gets really, really amazing each year to see so many people from across Canada, from across the States, from the United Kingdom, even as far as India, that actually come out and understand that the Canadian South Asian success story is truly one to be a part of. So I want to thank you all, first of all, for coming out this evening. I also want to take a moment to introduce a very dear friend of mine. She's someone that many of you know. Her name is Indira Naidu Harris. She's the MPP for Halton, a newly appointed Associate Minister of Education, responsible for early year and child care. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Indira Naidu Harris.
Oh my gosh, good evening, everyone. What a fantastic evening, and what a fantastic celebration. You know what? I'm here tonight to bring greetings on behalf of the Ontario Legislature and, of course, Premier Wynne. But I am especially here because I want to congratulate my friend, my very dear friend, the President and CEO of Anoki Media, Raj Girn. Can we please give her a round of applause, everyone? I also want to say thank you. So thank you to all of the performers. We heard a fantastic vocalist out here a little while ago, but really, I know there's more performances coming here this evening. And you know what? Without these performances, this evening would not be as spectacular as it is. So really, we have to thank them. Thanks also to the volunteers and the organizers. I know all of you saw them just running around throughout the evening. Without them, an evening like this, a spectacular evening like this would not be possible. And thanks, of course, to the nominees this evening. Congratulations to all of you. Yeah. You know, more than 13 years ago, I met a young woman. I met a young woman who kind of had a sparkle in her eye, who I realized was hardworking, talented, dedicated, and had a vision. At the time, I knew that she was someone special. And so at the time, I was working at Omni, and we wound up working together. But something impressed me about her right from the beginning, and that was that she had vision and she had big ideas. In fact, she had one very big idea. That person was Raj Girn, and that idea was Anoki Media. And look at us tonight. Fast forward 13 years, here we all are celebrating 13 years of Anoki Media's success with a star-studded evening. So congratulations, Raj. But you know, this evening is not only a celebration of Anoki's success, it's also a celebration of the South Asian community's success, here and abroad. Just looking around the room, you'll see award-winning actors, designers, chefs, Vikram Vij, and of course Deepa Mehta right there in the front row. All kinds of amazing people from our community who have been out there for years, demanding of themselves excellence and being role models and community leaders for the rest of us. So it just goes to show the high level of talent in our community, and that's one of the things we're celebrating tonight. Ontario, as some of you may know, has the largest South Asian population in the country. A huge number of South Asians live right here in Toronto. This is the most diverse city in the world. That's fantastic, something we can all be proud of. So tonight, as you sit back and cheer on and clap some of the amazing performers, take a moment to celebrate our community and to celebrate all of the successes that we've been able to achieve and to celebrate Anoki Media and Raj Girn. Thank you so much for having me here today. I want to end with just a brief presentation to Raj, so if you will just give me a moment. Raj, just come on up here. On behalf of myself and the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, we extend our sincere congratulations to Anoki Media on the occasion of your 13th anniversary award show. Thank you for your continued dedication, commitment, and support of enhancing the cultural fabric of our community and for being an unwavering leader in South Asian media here in Canada. Congratulations on reaching such an incredible milestone.
I adore you. I really, really do.
Let's make sure we get this.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Indira. My gosh, you know, I have to say, in media, she was my first boss, and she was an incredible boss. And I can't believe after so many years, it's so serendipitous that, you know, both of us are here on this stage. And I have, you know, equal amount of respect for her. She's accomplished so many great things for her riding, for Ontario, and she's a true Canadian and a true South Asian. So thank you so much, Indira. I love and adore everything about you. Thank you. So let's move on, folks. You'll have to have a little patience with me because I want to run you through truly how important tonight is. We've reached the big 1-3 here at Anoki Media, and I must say, what a pleasure, honor, and blessing it is to be here amongst today's most prolific South Asian success stories. These stories are what give our brand legitimacy, credibility, and relevance in a world where we kind of feel that worth is all about shares, views, and likes. I believe that stories of success and of motivation is truly where the real value is. And that's the reason I feel that we're still around after 13 years, irrespective of all of the changes that have happened. These stories are what really are the 13 years and lifeline of Anoki Media. And when you think about 13 years for any brand, it's considered quite substantial to kind of get to this point. But how society perceives this passage of time is quite telling and pretty significant. And I want to take a moment just to explore that. If you look at the baby boomers generation, 13 years is a drop in the ocean comparative to the life that they have lived. For Gen Xers, people like myself, it's a sizable component of our work-life years. Gen Y millennials, it's that transitional period where the generations go from school life into adult work life. And with Gen Z, these years make up the better part of their entire existence. So why is this important, you may ask? Well, in my experience, during my time here at Anoki Media, I have seen our community here comprised of all 4 of these dynamic generations. And as such, I have witnessed and participated in many changes that have taken place over the years to ensure that we hit the mark on what matters to you, to our community, especially since we are one of the fewest media companies actually in existence that caters for all 4 generations, not by design, but by your choice. Some of you have been on this journey with us since really the beginning, while others of you have joined us as we have traveled through the years. So depending on where along the journey you have joined us, I've learned that your experience with us and your opinion of us is quite telling of the generation that you belong to. We take all of this into consideration each time we make changes to any aspects of what we produce, what we deliver, and what we tell you. Since here at Anoki Media, we are embarking on the next phase of our representation of you, I want to take you all back to the very beginning when I first launched the brand, so you can see why I felt that there really was a need for what Anoki Media represents and how we have managed to remain relevant in your lives over these past 13 years amidst a tumultuous and highly competitive media landscape, which now includes the me or influencer media generation. Please turn your attention to the big screens. I'd like you to take a little look about the journey, and I'll be back in a moment. Like many of us, I grew up in the 80s and 90s version of Western society, amongst discussions around the notion of identity. At that time, Western society was extremely monochromatic, so anyone challenging the status quo was faced with having to defend their right to do so. It was amidst this social climate in 2002 that I started Anoki Media, because of sheer frustration about the existing media landscape that mirrored this ideology of secularism. On one side, there was mainstream media, which represented Western ideologies, and on the other, there was targeted media, which focused on the expatriate story surrounding every visible immigrant minority. Society screamed the need to recognize an emerging identity of inclusivity, where East meets West, woman meets man, and society meets tradition and pop culture. It was at this intersection that Anoki Media was born. The big question today that pretty much all media and corporations are asking is what's next? And who can blame them, since technology has completely revolutionized the way we consume content, and the decision-making process about pretty much everything today is at our fingertips. With the advent of real-time social media, on-demand television, and shop when you want retail, the decision maker has gone from being the executive in the boardroom to being you and me. Here at Anoki Media, we've recognized this shift from the very beginning. So whenever we've needed to make a change to ensure that we remain at the very crux of what matters to you, we haven't gone through complicated formulas to figure it out. We've simply just asked you. It's why we've stood the test of time, because you've never been too shy about telling us what you want, and we've never been too proud to listen. So, in line with always staying true to what started our journey together over 13 years ago, I'm thrilled to invite you today into the future of Anoki Media as we unveil a more meaningful and indelible experience for our global community. I present to you 360 degrees of online, mobile, digital, social, and live interaction between us, you, and the world. You know, I have to tell you folks, wow, 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 what a journey we have had and what a journey we have yet to share with you all. As you saw in the video, due to overwhelming demand in how and what you want us to deliver in terms of content, I'm happy to announce that we will be relaunching ANOKImedia.com shortly to encompass specialized branded content, which will include a renewed color palette where red continues to represent glamour, of course, and purple is introduced to represent power. Because our community, it's indicative to a word like that today. We will have 4 written content categories: Anoki Magazine, which will continue as a bi-weekly article-centric medium. Anoki Today will be our featured current news as it happens. Anoki Buzz will also focus on trending topics. And Anoki DIY, which will be instructional in nature, will be based on expert-driven tips and tricks. Our 3 online TV channels, Anoki Pulse TV for entertainment, Anoki Spotlight TV for lifestyle, and Open Chess TV for conversations with prominent personalities. All 3 of these shows online have recently been rebranded, so if you haven't had a chance to take a look at them, I'd love for you to do that and let us know how you feel, because they've been executed purely through the interests that you share with us. In addition to this, we will continue to commemorate our community with the Anoki List coffee table book and associated awards show, alongside consistent engagement via our social media networks and e-newsletters. And now, the reason we're here tonight, folks, to celebrate. I'm telling you, I smile all the time when I think about it. We're here actually to celebrate the regional, national, and international success stories of some of today's most prolific South Asians. The Anoki List 2016 is our 2nd edition coffee table book, which is dedicated to 30 personalities from around the world within 5 professional pillars, namely media, business, entertainment, crusader, and glamour. These pillars together encompass what we here at Anoki Media believe make up the perfect 360-degree approach to living an optimal life. So we endeavor to break each down and showcase them. For your knowledge, media, because knowing how to communicate is important in all aspects of life and relationships. Business, because whether you're running a billion-dollar company or your home, you need to know how to be efficient and organized. Entertainment, because really, what's life without it, really? Crusader, for the give back and pay forward that cleanses the spirit and enlightens the soul. And glamour, because, well, it represents a feeling of optimal well-being. In addition to these pillars, we believe that success is a relative term and should be recognized across all levels of success, which is why we showcase 3 such levels: most promising, of the year, and excellence. The process of nominating someone is 3-pronged, and this is something a lot of people don't know, so I'm going to take a moment to explain it to you. What it does is it actually goes across almost a year of time. And what it does is it has a committee at Anoki Media, there's an external advisory committee, and then there's also public online submissions. The top 30 voted across all of these combined are the ones who actually make it into the list each year. The Anoki List 2016 book is a homage. It's a homage to the stories of the South Asian community, stating unequivocally that these stories happened, they mattered, and we tell you why. Then each of these 30 personalities then are put into an automatic system where they become eligible to be honored with an award. So in essence, so you guys understand this, if you don't make it onto the Anoki list, you cannot be qualified for an award. We're really very specific about why that is. Approximately half of the people on the list become awardees and are invited to be celebrated, showcased, and participate in this event. And I want to tell you folks that that's really what we're here to celebrate tonight. Almost a year's worth of hard work and dedication to showcasing this dynamic community. But before we do that, I would like to take a moment, a special moment, to sincerely thank each of our valued sponsors, partners, and all of the individuals who have helped us make this year's event the tremendous success that it is. You will have seen their names showcased up on these screens. You'll see them again after the show. I'd like you to please take a moment to check them out, go online and see who they are that support this community. And I also want to thank them sincerely for their invaluable support, because this evening really wouldn't have been possible without them. So without further ado, folks, I want to make sure that you guys have an incredible evening. I want to present to you all, on behalf of Anoki Media, our 13th Anniversary Awards, Fashion and Entertainment Show, and I hope it encourages you to see the possibilities of what being true to yourself is all about, what being unique, being Anoki is all about. And I hope that you accomplish greatness for yourself and for the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time, and enjoy tonight. Thank you.